But whoever is watching this, I implore you to stop Seymour. Stop my son.
Oh, snap. You know, people say that's recorded in the thunder plains because of the lightning, but I don't know whether I buy it.
Wonderful.
Will Yuna be alright?
Without us, no.
Where you going?
You saw it, didn't you? Seymour's bad news.
But he's a Maester.
Fine. Stay here if you want.
Come on, Waka. Let's at least hear him out.
This can't be happening.
Yeah, what the hell is this? He's a maester, what are we doing? So yeah, I think there might be a slightly more appropriate time later to fill in the blanks of Seymour's story, but combine what we've heard from these two sources here, okay? Seymour had a very troubled life of a lot of suffering as a child. People hated him because he was this weird blend of two races that hated each other, and he struggled for it. There's a bit of story as to what Jiskel did to address that, where he feels he failed. But yeah, that's why he says that there are flames of darkness burning in his heart. And yeah, so Jiskel was killed. That's why back at the far plane, he desperately tried to get out. He died an unclean death, dropped the sphere for Yuna that he recorded shortly before his death. And now Yuna's gone off trying to deal with it on her own. It's not good. This woman here says, Lord Jiskel, how horrifying! I shall pretend I did not witness that. This does not bode well. Please be careful. And she gives us 2 high potions. Thank you. You're alright. And this lady here says, I can't believe what the sphere has shown. There must be some mistake. I shall keep the sphere safe here and return it to Lady Yuna. Is that the smartest thing for us to do? Leave the sphere with her? Yeah, I'm sure it's alright. There's a cat in here as well, and it runs off when we try and interact. That's great. So let's go back on in and hit the Cloister of Trials, I guess, right? Hey, Shalinda.
What has happened?
No, you didn't change your dialogue. Oh my god, these guys have been knocked over.
Ronso, he...
Oh, Kamaris!
Bell will hear about this.
Bevel will heal with it. Such a boss. Here's a Waka. He's randomly appeared.
Hooray for Maester Seymour's wedding.
You'll find his wares haven't changed at all since we last saw him just outside the other area. So grab whatever you can while you can. Riku getting that soldier's targe is actually pretty cool. I'm going to grab that. And I know we just equipped the SOS shell thing, but that boosts her health a lot.
Oh, I hear Lady Yuna is still going to continue her journey, huh? I wonder if that means she and Maester Seymour will fight sin together. Just like Lady Yunalesca and Lord Zayon.
Well, that seemed to be his intention with the proposal. But yeah, so look at Riku's health now. You know, that tiny bit on the sphere grid. She's doing better than Tidus health-wise. That's how quickly she can amp up, and because of the gear that they give you in the area. So that's nice. These guys didn't change their dialogue. Back towards the door. And you know, at the start of this episode I said that your last point of no return was earlier. I think this might be it. I think you still might be able to leave that door and then just go explore Spira at your whim. But we shall move on up and head into the Cloister of Trials. Always well timed in the story, right? These puzzles. Well, turns out
Kamari's up ahead. Go.
Right.
We will protect Yuna from anyone. Even a Maester.
This can't be happening.
oh, Waka, you gotta listen
If
to
he is
him.
truly at fault, it must be done.
Waka, you've just been put in your place by Auron, bro. So yeah, even though Kamari's gone up ahead, he is still here, and we can move along, I guess. Funnily enough, there is no Cloister of Trials here. We're currently stood over the Cloister of Trials, but we're not even required to complete it. So yeah, they are quite good with the pacing of them. Anyway, let's move down. Oh god, I love this room. This room is awesome.
Seymour!
Please be silent. Lady Yuna prays to the faith.
Make me!
Oh boy! Don't be so aggressive! She's done!
Yuna!
Oh, but why?
We saw Jiskel's sphere.
Oh,
You killed him.
don't announce that, no!
What of it? Lady Yuna, certainly you knew of these things, did you not? Well then, why have you come here?
I came to stop you.
I see. You came to punish me then. What a pity.
Oh no.
Ah, of course. Protect the summoner even at the cost of one's life. The code of the Guardian. How admirable. Well, if you're offering your lives, I will have to take them.
Maester Seymour, I trust my guardians with my life, but they are also my friends. I will not stand by and watch them be hurt. I will fight you too!
All right!
Maester Seymour!
So be it.
Oh, they're so good with the audio there. The music ramps up ever so slightly. So, yeah, this is actually happening, guys. One thing I love about that cutscene, too, is the positioning of the Guardians around Yuna. And you can see, like, Wakka's slightly hesitant off in the distance. Alright, so what we just saw, that will always happen. It doesn't matter what you have available, right? These enemies will all defend themselves in various ways. Seymour cast Shell on himself. That's the one that reduced magic damage, and Yuna now knows. The Guado cast Protect on themselves, which reduces physical damage. They're going to do their best to defend Seymour. Now, this is a fight where there's a lot of cool mechanics that I'm going to show you guys, but at great risk to my own party. This is not an easy boss fight. If you just say, screw it, I'm just getting down to business, you do everything correctly, then you're not going to have any trouble. But because I want to demonstrate things to you guys, I'm going to gimp myself slightly, but hey. If I get game over, then we just get to see a game over, and I'll just cut and pick up where we were before. So, here's one mechanic you can totally ignore and probably should, but will be interesting to watch. Our trigger commands. We haven't had a fight with a trigger command for a while, and this is to talk. So you can talk to an enemy if you like, and a few of the more prominent characters in your party have this available to them. Tidus is one of them, so let's do it. We will talk to Seymour. I think you can target the Guado, but there's no point. It might even fail. Talk to Seymour.
I knew you were bad news the first time we met.
Oh, my sincerest apologies.
Seymour!
Not the greatest dialogue in the world, but that does increase Tidus' strength, which is marginally useful. Not as useful, though, as, say, casting haste on someone or swapping out to someone else. Yuna also has a trigger command to talk, so let's see what happens with her.
You may be a maester, but I will still fight.
Your eyes, they burn with resolve. Beautiful.
Wow, okay, that's pretty messed up. So Yuna's magic defense increases. Different. Kimahri doesn't have a trigger command. Wakka, though, a stoic Yevonite will, indeed.
Maester, we must stop this. This can't be happening.
He doesn't even give him a response. Wakka's magic defense goes up. Magic defense is useful here because Seymour casts a lot of tier 2 black magic on you, as you can see, and that hit Tidus for a reasonable amount of damage. This means Lulu is very useful with skills like what's it called? Focus, I think, which raises your magic capabilities and defenses. And it also means Yuna, who I specifically went off and got before this episode. Number one, she has Cura now. We got this, but I don't even remember talking to you guys when it happened. So yeah, we've got Cura, but we also have this ability here called Shell. So Shell raises a character's magic defense. Really, really strong in this fight because Seymour casts so much black magic. Remember when we were controlling Seymour a while ago? And he had, so Tidus just got another turn. That's pretty great. The Guado is just very passive, by the way, so when it says monster A, monster B, you don't have to worry. They only come into it when you start attacking Seymour himself. So, Tidus is hasted and shelled. Let's give Yuna another haste so that she can cure Tidus up. She is probably quite vulnerable herself, though. So what we're going to do now that Waka's had his turn is we're going to bring Riku in, and we're going to use some of these items we've been picking up. These lunar curtains. These cast shell on people. We had one light curtain, which is protect, so we can do that as well. And that's an extra shell. And lastly, we'll go one more. So now Yuna's going to take a lot less damage, frankly, because she has... So now it's Seymour's turn. Here's Thundara. She's boosted with her regular thing, and she has shell. Look at how little damage she took there. It's really awesome. Riku's had her turn. Auron, though, has not. So I'm still going to hold off with his overdrive. Seymour is weak to various things, but none of the breaks that Auron can cast. I think he is weak to magic break. So what I'll do is I'll attack here, and you'll see the Guado get in the way. They're basically doing what... Auron does with guards. You remember, I think I showed you guys that back on the Mian High Road. And not only have they defended themselves physically, but they also have auto potion. This is an armor ability that just restored him by 1,000 health. That means Auron just did 0 damage. So how do we deal with this? How do we stop this from happening? Well, let's have Tidus haste Auron here. Try and keep the pace of the story going. Well, it's actually a really cool mechanic. Other Final Fantasies have done stuff like it, but not for a while. Let's bring Riku in. Riku, these Guado, okay, have a lot of potions on them. So what happens if we steal a potion from them? And the logic does hold. This won't happen in many other places in Final Fantasy. But because we just stole that high potion from him, he can no longer use auto potion. It's really awesome. So Auron's probably going to take a big hit here, but he's so tanky it doesn't matter. Tidus, has he hasted everyone on the field? Hasn't hasted Riku, so we'll give her it. Right now, I'm just in a weird sort of middle zone trying to give everyone a turn. Okay, so let's bring Yuna back. And let's shell Auron. I don't think he had shell yet, did he? No, he didn't. It would have come up with miss. So now, let's see what happens if we attack this Guado Guardian. Well, we don't do much damage because he has Protect on him, but he's no longer auto-potioning. So this is our call to bring Lulu in. Protect doesn't protect from magic attacks, so let's cast, I don't know, any. I think they're just as vulnerable to all elements as others. Look at that. That's a significant chunk of damage. We can bring Kamari into... did we shell Kamari? I don't remember if we did. I don't think it really matters, though. And we'll cast Thunder. Kamari, by the way, on the sphere grid is incredibly close to the tier 2 black magics right now. Really close. Oh, and he just learned Overdrive Mode Warrior. He's a master of overdrives. In general, so that's a Shremedy. That's an item that they'll throw at you. I can't really remember what they do. I think they just remove buffs of some kind. So Auron really isn't going to be able to do very much. Riku, of course, can use various items though. But Lulu needs a shell on her, doesn't she? So let's stick with the Yuna stuff. You can see how strong shell is here. There you go. Excuse me there for burping while I was talking. We'll go another shell. Not really that interesting, but we'll keep going with it. By the way, a rare steal on the Guado is an Ether. There you go, only 100 damage. It's so significant. I just looked it up because it was annoying me. A Shremedy is actually a 50% chance to confuse one of your characters. We won't have to worry about that too much. So here we'll go Cura on Lulu here. I'm going a bit over the top with the buffs, but whatever. And now Lulu should be able to finish this guy off. Yeah, he's only got 100 health. And down he goes. Now, another really nice way of dealing with the Guado, which I've left for now, is using Ronso Rage, okay? Remember Stone Breath? Now, Stone Breath is actually one of the things the Guado are most weak to. So, if we do this, we can actually petrify both Guado at once and completely bypass all of the... Obviously, Seymour won't get petrified, but they'll both die instantly. So Stone Breath is a really nice way of opening this up. You just bring Kamari in with an overdrive. Boom, Stone Breath, there you go, you're done. So that's really awesome. And now we have a clear shot at Seymour. Seymour has shell on him, so he is still going to be resistant to our magic attacks. So instead, let's just bring in Tidus again. I'm always kind of concerned about how low he is, but whatever. And these are our two spellcasters, so there's really no reason to do anything with them. But he is vulnerable to slow, so let's cast slow. That's like the only thing that he's really vulnerable to. And now we're going to get a bunch more turns, obviously, because of that. Obviously, one benefit of having Lulu on the... I think he's immune to delay. We'll have a look. Yeah, he's immune to that. He'll still slide back across the floor. One benefit still to Lulu, though, is casting Focus, which will raise your magic defense even further. So you kind of want to do this when you know you've got some of your frontliners out. I know I want Tidus out in general. So Oren's probably going to be the other one I want out because he's going to do significant damage. And is he vulnerable to Magic Break? I don't think he is. Magic Break would lower the magic damage he does to us. No, so he is actually. That's pretty interesting. All right, so here I just want to swap Tidus back over to the Brotherhood because it's got more damage on it. I don't really care about the counter. We don't need that. You could cheer, obviously, to do more damage. So many options here. Look at that, 2,477 damage crit.
Feel my pain. Come, Anima.
Oh dear, that actually triggered so quickly. What the hell? We've barely touched him. What the hell? I'm not overpowered on anything. Like, geez. When you get him to a low threshold of health, I guess it's okay because I just already demonstrated everything to you guys. He will summon Anima. Yeah, this is the thing we saw at Luca in that badass cutscene. We have to fight this thing now.
Yuna, the new Aeon!
So Anima will alternate between two abilities, Boost, which charges his Overdrive Gorge, and Pain, which inflicts instant death on your party members, which is very, very strong, and obviously is going to remove a lot of your buffs. This is where I am going to gimp myself just for the LP, right? Number one, the main thing the game wants you to do is bring out Yuna.
Lend me strength.
And bring out her new Aeon, because she just finished praying, didn't she? And check it out. Question mark, question mark in our list. There is a new Aeon at our disposal, and you can 1v1 Anima with the new Aeon. It's really awesome. And by doing this, nobody dies, you don't lose any of those positive buffs you just put on yourself, and you're fine. Aeons are immune to status effects. That includes death. So, when Anima casts Pain on them, instead of being instantly killed, it just does regular damage. And then the new Aeon can do all this cool stuff. But I want to show you guys the Overdrive, Anima's Overdrive, because this is really your only opportunity in the story to see it. We're going to just dull it out and wait and get ourselves gimped up. So this is going to suck a bit, but whatever. Another thing that's cool about Anima is stealing from him. You can get a bunch of very interesting items. So we can do some damage while we're at it, surely, right? 4,000! How is Tidus hitting so hard? He's so beastly right now. What is that? I know it was a crit and everything, but that crit was 4 times the damage Oren's doing. Anyway, if you get a rare steal from Anima, you get something called a Far Plane Shadow. These can be used to customize Death Touch onto any item any of your gear. So there you go, Riku's down and out for the count, which is gonna be a bit sad. So we'll bring Yuna in and Life. So I don't think you can steal enough Far Plane Shadows from Anima, but it's a start. And it's also an item you can use as Riku to simply, there we go, we'll do a bit more damage here. He's going to boost next turn, so what we'll do is we'll spend this opportunity. I love how low Tidus has been. There's an overdrive mode called Daredevil in the game, which charges your overdrive by a lot as long as you're on yellow health. And you unlock it by being on yellow health a lot. And so obviously this is going to be pretty interesting. There you go, there's another boost. It's almost like Tidus will get it at some point. He's been doing this so much. We'll try another steal. Couldn't steal. Eventually we might get something. But yeah, so I can't remember what I was talking about. Now I'm just going to start passing turns because... or just stealing, because stealing will charge his overdrive meter without actually doing damage. I don't want to kill Anima. I want him to be able to use his overdrive. What I'm going to do is summon an Aeon as cannon fodder, though, to take the brunt of the attack. Otherwise, we'll wipe and it's game over, right? So yeah. Very similar to last time we were in a battle with Seymour, where there's like something that you'll only see if you go to the effort of seeing it. Sort of. In another way, I think really weak parties, people who are struggling at this point in the game, are likely to see this. If you've neglected... Oh, here we go. Here's something cool we can do. So bring Tidus in. Swap his weapon to the lifesaver. Now it's Riku's go. We'll steal. And now, item. Here we go. Phoenix down. Yeah, people struggling might end up seeing this overdrive. I think I did the first time I ever played the game. There you go. She's at 100% health from that Phoenix down. How awesome is that? Alright, now we want to haste her. Like so. She can shell herself as well. Riku, go for another steal. Ah, another 3 silence grenades. That's not what we want. We want the Far Plane Shadows. Anima's gathering power. Can she shell herself? Yeah, there you go. Now with enough Riku turns here, I mean, I could do more damage here. I could do more damage. So here, let's attack some more. All right, that was a more reasonable hit there. Let's finally cure friggin' Tidus up as well. There's no need to pass Yuna's turns. Oh yeah, so that's a thing with Shell. A lot of people love Protect in this game because most damage you take is physical damage, but Shell has a downside that it will reduce even allied spells also. Alright, that's Tidus down, but we can... Alright, okay, that's Tidus down and his overdrive is up. Luckily, Yuna gets a turn before his next go. So on Anima's next go, he will use his overdrive. What we're going to do is cast Life on Tidus. Then we are going to use a Lunar Curtain on Tidus to give him Shell. I never managed to steal from those cactars, so Riku can't give people haste. We can go for one more steal with Riku. Ah, that would have been amazing. Okay, so now let's summon an Aeon just to suffer. Who do we want to pick? I don't know. I'm closing my eyes. I'm not going to do the new Aeon. This one. Ifrit. Okay. Good luck, Ifrit. Good luck, bro. I guess we can defend, and we might survive. But I don't think that would be very, very sports-like. So let's go with a boost. Here we go. Anima's Overdrive. Oblivion. And now we're about to see how messed up this Aeon really is. You think you've seen all of Anima? Not quite. Yeah, that was with a boost, to be fair, but that hits the entire party. It's not spread out like attack reels or anything, and then there's one final hit when you land as well. It'll annihilate your entire team. So use an Aeon if that comes up. Oblivion, for the record, when you use like short summon animations, it's the only ability in the game that will show in one number damage that exceeds 1,000,000. 99,999 is like the max that you'll ever see in the game, except with Oblivion, which goes over. Alright, so what let's get back into it here, right? So Tidus needs we can go for another steal. One day. Alright, he's got 9,000 health. We can what do you need? You need haste, don't you? You gotta haste yourself. That's it. Alright, so with him haste, everyone's back up to normal. We don't need to see the overdrive. Let's summon our new Aeon and see what happens. This is another returning Aeon from other Final Fantasies. You guys might recognize it already, even though it's called question mark, question mark, question mark. One of the most recurring summons in any Final Fantasy game. This is Shiva. An ice magic Aeon. So, she is kind of squishy. Compared to our other Aeon, she's still pretty tanky, right? But her role is she's a very squishy Aeon, but an incredibly fast Aeon, and an incredibly evasive Aeon. So, she's really interesting in those respects. If you can teach her haste, she can be fantastic. So, she's got Blizzard or Blizzara, or she can use Heavenly Strike, which is delay just like Valifor gets, or we can just regularly attack. So, let's see what a regular attack looks like. Looks like that, 500 damage, not very impressive. But here, Pain would usually be instant death, and she's a hard counter to that, because she can't be hit by statuses. So that's 400 damage to her. Let's try Heavenly Strike. I think he's going to be immune to delay, so there's no real risk here. There we go. And so now he's just going to boost, so we get another turn. We can attack again. And now he'll Pain again, because this is what he alternates through. And this will put us on quite low health. Like so. But just like Ifrit, because she's an element, and Ixion, we can heal ourselves by casting the respective black magic at ourselves. So here's an interesting thing about Final Fantasy X summons, and that's a full heal. Here's an and also that was so many numbers. I feel like I should just start casting Blizzard on him. It's much better than the regular attacks. There are 4 elements in this game. Water, lightning, fire, ice. Look at that, 2k damage. I don't want to accidentally kill him. I want to show off the overdrive. So we've got an ice summon, Shiva. We've got a fire summon, Ifrit. We've got an electric summon, Ixion. Well, what about the water summon? There is no water summon in Final Fantasy X. Not like exclusively. There's sort of one, but not really. Anyway, so there we go. Let's try out a Diamond Dust. Anima has currently got 4,000 health. Do you think we can do that in one attack? Diamond Dust has always been her signature move. Yeah, 8,600 damage. That'll just about do it. And there you go. So now Anima, in the story, we didn't actually kill Anima. Seymour just dismissed him.
That power that defeated Anima, it will be mine.
Or maybe you consider us to have defeated him. So now it's Shiva versus Seymour. Shiva's sadly already on low health. And you'll notice now Seymour's using even stronger black magic. Not Watara, he's using Wataraga. And even if Shiva survived, Seymour as a powerful summoner can banish Aeons immediately from the field. So Aeons, unless you've already got their overdrive available, are really going to do very little for you here. So we're back in the team, and guess what? We've still got all of our buffs as we really wanted. I don't really care about having Riku out right now, so instead I'm going to bring in... I don't know, Wakka's not had much of a go, right? So let's bring Wakka in. And he can't do anything. Seymour's immune to most things, so we'll just have him physically attack here. Oh, Wakka doesn't actually have haste on, so that might have been a bad move. Yuna as well, she's not really going to accomplish much, so we'll bring Auron back in. And look, if you'll notice, Seymour's only got 6k health left now, and we're just going to wail on him. There is one thing you can do in this final part of the battle, and that is use Magic Break to sort of assist yourself in... Do we need to recast slow? I guess we do. Or he might be immune to it. And here you'll notice Seymour's now using multi ability, so that's multi-Fira he used there, which is doing a crap ton of damage. That was more than I was anticipating. So what we're going to do is bring in Yuna, and we're going to do something really cool. We're going to cast Life on Tidus and bring him back up. We're going to get rid of Wakka here because he's really not going to do very much, so Auron back in again. Let me check the buffs on my team. I can't see. God damn it. Alright, so we'll just attack here. That's 3k health. Now, he just cast a fire spell. Seymour always has a regular sequence of attacks. This was the first time on my very first playthrough of Final Fantasy X that I ever bothered looking at these null abilities. These are amazing in this fight. Even if you're really underpowered, they're really strong. Seymour always casts in the same pattern, so you learn the pattern and you're fine, right? He just cast fire on us, so next I'm anticipating him to cast ice on us. So I'm going to use Null Frost here. And on his turn, he's used Multi Blizzara, but we're immune. So he is very deadly when you get him to this last stage. It is not a walk in the park. But by using Yuna correctly, she really comes into her own here. And maybe this is the best demonstration I've had so far on this LP of how strong she is as a character. Anyway, Tidus died, so we do want to get another shell on him. Yuna gets plenty of turns, so don't worry about that. I'm going to try and recast slow, I guess. Actually, he's got another overdrive up. Screw it. Or do I want to try and overkill him with that? We'll try and go for an overkill on Seymour, okay? That's what we'll try and do. So we will slow Seymour. Yeah, so if you re-slow... Oh, no, he's immune then. No, he is slow. It's just he's not doing amazing. Alright, so that's fine. Now, what do we want to do? Tidus has got Shell on him, so that's fine. So he just cast Ice. That means next he's going to cast Lightning, so we'll go Null Shock. And Yuna has another turn, so it's fine. Do you see how strong this, like, a fully hasted party is against a single slowed enemy? Auron's going to keep whittling him down. Again, think about this and Magic Break and stuff. It's a game where you just look at your options available. You know, it's a puzzle. It's not keep grinding against something to get stronger. Multi-Thundara. And that's fine. I don't think he'll pick the same target twice as well. I don't think. So we should generally be okay there. Now, I just considered for a very short moment to try cheering so that my overdrive would hit more, but it doesn't because they work on very different damage formulas. It won't work. So he's only got 300 health left here. I'm going to skip a couple of turns till his Titus is up. And let's just see what happens, yeah? If I'd unlocked his second overdrive, I would be very confident we'd get the overkill here. But I don't think, I don't know. Yeah, we did. 3k, 3.5k almost. That was really good. Titus has learned Slice and Dice, his next overdrive mode. Oh, I'm so happy. There you go. Overkill on Anima, overkill on Seymour. Wait. We just killed Seymour?
Yuna, you would pity me now?
Lord Seymour! What happened here? What have I done?
Wait a minute, it's not our fault at all. Seymour struck first, he's the bad guy.
You did this?
Yuna, send him.
No, stop! Stay away from him, traitors!
Traitors.
We're finished.
Now hold on just a minute. Seymour's the bad guy, right? We'll just explain to everyone what happened.
It won't be that easy. Let's get out of here.
Oh, snap. Okay, look at all this AP rolling in, baby. Beautiful. 8 sphere levels on Yuna. 8! What is that? Explains why Aeons have been so underpowered. 4 ability spheres, 2 black magic spheres. These are awesome. I'll explain how they work. And look at all of that gear we just got as well. Eye Poker, Mage Hunter. I don't think any of it's that good. And check it out. So now we get a confirmation screen for Shiva. Everything's happening here. We will just skip through that. And we're now available here. Check it out. There's the Chamber of the Faith back there. Wow, this was the most eventful waiting around for Yuna to finish praying I've ever seen, right? So look, we will save the game. Okay, so this is what those black magic spheres do. Let's go to Kamari, okay? Kamari on the sphere grid has just started unlocking his tier 2 black magic. So Fira, Watara, that's going to be awesome. I think at this point, because of his weapon, he's actually probably now out damaging Lulu just because they have the same tier of spells. But let's say later on, let's say, well, Lulu, for example, now, she's just learned a new ability. I'll demo all of these, obviously. She's just learned a new black magic ability called Demi, right? This was actually one of the spells you saw the sin scale at the start of the game using. So, with a black magic sphere, what you can actually do is unlock any black magic anywhere on the sphere grid, regardless of where you are, as long as another character's learned it before. So, Kamari could skip ahead to Blizzara or Thundara, because Lulu's already learnt them, even though he hasn't travelled there yet on the sphere grid. Or even really big distances. He could come over here and learn Bio and start poisoning things. He could come over here and learn Demi. And later on, when Lulu gets the tier 3 black magic that we just saw Seymour casting, well, that's fantastic, isn't it? Then Kamari can just skip way ahead, use both of these black magic spheres, and unlock them very quickly. And that means that from now on, really, Kamari's not going to be behind Lulu, as far as I'm aware. Anyway, so we did learn a lot of new abilities. I've jotted them all down here. But let's move on, guys. I mean, we're in some pretty dangerous territory right now, yeah? Now, we actually just skipped a screen there. The door that we just went through, there's actually a big outside area on an ice bridge that we don't get to see unless you come here at the end of the game and get past that big, difficult, optional encounter. You never get to see one of the screens that this game has to offer. It's crazy. But yeah, so this is that big ice hallway, again from earlier. Let's just head on back through.
Give me a break.
Oh, dear.
What?
And yeah.